Well, the Declaration of Independence is justifiably one of the most famous documents in human history. A history, by the way, that it helped change forever. Thomas Jefferson's immortal words echo through the ages. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. Well, except at Salk Elementary School in Arizona, where students are being taught that Jefferson was a sexist bigot. During a lesson for her fourth grade classroom, a teacher at that school crossed out the word men and told her kids instead to recite, all humans are created equal, because she's apparently wiser than the author of the document. Victor Davis Hanson is a senior fellow at the Hoover Institution out in California and a wise man himself. He joins us tonight. So, Professor, why should we care? I sense this is a big deal, rewriting one of our founding documents, but tell us why we should care about this.
Well, anytime a person tries to change language, it's usually because the reality is unpalatable. In this case, the idea that we're supposed to identify by our superficial appearance or our race or our tribe, and that should be essential to our character rather than incidental. So that's an agenda that nobody really wants to buy into. So whether it's human or mankind or overseas contingency operations or man-caused disasters in the case of not wanting to talk about Islamic terrorism or illegal alien becomes migrant. When you start to see words change their meanings, usually it's an effort on the left, it's because they're not empirical and they have a message that nobody wants to buy into, so they try to do linguistically what they can't do politically.
That's a brilliant analysis. It's what you're saying is that it's propaganda. They're distorting reality in order to change outcomes.
Yeah, and they're also ignorant. And classical languages always have two words, one for male and one for male and female, that's called mankind. Anthropos, aner in Greek, and homo, we're in Latin, etc., etc. So when people say mankind, they don't think of testicles. They think of all of us together. Everybody knows that. And what a waste of time that when students are half educated as it is with these studies courses, they really should be looking at the essence of the Declaration, of the equality, all men are declared equal. That was a radical thing to say in the 18th century. Instead, we get caught up on an agenda of some half-educated activists, sort of like what we're seeing in the NFL.
But it's not, that's actually not. You said that that was a radical concept in the 18th century, and obviously it was, but it's also a radical concept now. I don't think the modern left thinks everyone's equal. I think they believe there's a hierarchy based on race and sex and sexual orientation.
Well, they have to, because once the agenda of equality of result was largely achieved, equality of opportunity was largely achieved, we're humans, we're particular individuals, and when we don't quite become equal, even though the opportunity is the same for a variety of reasons, the left comes in and says, we're going to insist on a quality result. Just give us enough power and money and influence, and we'll do it for you. And we see that. I mean, there's no space, Tucker, anymore that we can find a refuge from politicalization.
I know.
Comic books, Emmys, Oscars, everything is political because the left is trying to do what it can't do at the ballot box.
That's exactly right.
Foundations.
The rest of us are in church or sleeping, and they never sleep. Victor Davis Hanson, thank you very much. As always, great to see you.